Hello and namaste to everyone. I hope everyone are doing good and healthy. Welcome to our sixth episode of Youth Sustainability Dialogue. I am Prakhar, your host for the series, and today we are going to have a wonderful person here as a guest. Her name is Meryem Torkay, all the way from Turkey, and so let's welcome her, Meryem.
Hey, happy to be here. Really. Thanks for inviting me. Thanks.
Hey, Meryem, are you able to hear
Can,
me?
yes, I can, but can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Now it's clear. There was a sort of
All right.
disturbance earlier. Great. So
Actually,
how are
I'm
you
sorry,
doing?
I'm outside and I just actually quitted from my job. Not my job,
Okay.
my internship.
Oh,
And I just pulled out in a cafe and yeah, so here we are.
yeah, that's great. So how are you doing and how is it going there?
Actually, it's going great. Today is a most cloudy day. And what about in India? And what about you, actually?
Yeah, I'm doing good and here is also like a bit of a rainy day. Sometimes it's like sometimes there's a sun, sometimes there's a clouds. So there's a mixture. And first of all, can you introduce yourself to our audience and share a brief about your journey, like your
Mhm.
challenges, obstacles, anything you would like to share?
Okay, I don't know where shall I start. First of all, I can introduce myself, I guess, right? Or okay, I'm a law student. I'm a third grade law student at Top University, and I am still educating on it. And now I'm in an internship term in a company. Well, I did always worked on SDGs and youth sustainability. So I am here to talk about more maybe youth sustainability and leadership. And if the topic comes to sustainability, it's really changed all the areas and aspects. So it's it's a great area and idea to talk about SDGs such as SWAN, I think, and
Yeah,
it's happy for me to be here. Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, that's great. And would you like to share about your journey and your work that you have done regarding SDG, Sustainable Development Goals? And so let's start with explaining what SDG are to the newcomers, like who don't know. So can you explain SDG and then about your own?
All right, SDGs are goals, actually Sustainable Development Goals, which are provided by UN, and UN takes it really serious for the governments and also individuals to take that achieve these goals in in 50 years. That was in 50 years, but now we do see that only 28 years is left. So these are SDGs actually, and we do work on many of the topics of the SDGs, such as climate change or security of food, gender, and fair local and private sectors, such as those. Every life and every aspect included in that SDGs. So it's a global goal actually. And I do work on. I did actually, and I was always trying to explain when did it finished, and I am here to explain why. Okay, now continue with that. I was a board member at first at SDG Student Hub of University, and then I get executive board member there, and my position was campus coordination department lead, and now I just quit it because of the lengthening of the position is only required for 2 years, and I was concluded that, and that was just ended last May actually, and that was a really great journey for me to get experience of it. Yes, yeah, it is
Yeah,
not
that
only a hub, by the way. We just provided many summits, many events, many many things that you can even think, Jan. So I don't know what can I add, but we did many StreamYards as we do now.
Okay.
So I can see that similarities.
Yeah, and what was like your role was about like conducting sessions and actually building awareness regarding SDG around Turkey and nearby areas. So, what were the sessions that were the topics that were covered during that sessions?
During the sessions, we covered many of the SDGs. Actually, we just covered climate change, most of all, food security, animal, anti-animal products, and let me think on it. Some startups and law areas that has forced on it, that has forced to conclude the SDGs, and governmental issues sometimes that how can actually our topic was always on focus that the how can an individual take these SDGs in their life in the most easy way. So we just talked and monitored many sessions on the SDGs with some entrepreneurs, some startups, some individuals, some SDG young leaders, and some UN positional requirements. So many of them was included in those sessions, and we faced and we met with many of the SDGs. Can you hear my voice, by the way, Prakhar?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. If there is any connection error, please warn me. Okay. Yeah, this is all for now. I don't know what can I even talk more, but let's talk about yours then. Your SDG journey, maybe.
Yeah, so like about me, so
Yeah.
yeah, so actually my SDG journey can be related to many NGOs and taking seminars with amazing people like you and learning a lot from uh, different individuals from different
Yeah.
nationalities and what we can say like about their experience that they bring in, the challenges that they face and how they come up from that. Like the last week, I have talked with a person in Lebanon, Roy B. Rad. He's a good friend of me. So we talked. He's just 16 years old. So he was sharing his experience and all that stuff that he have initiated 3 organizations.
Three organizations.
He is writing his book, his own book, and many other things. And yeah, from 13 years, and like people like them, it really
Mm-hmm.
amazes me that people have such an amazing potential and high level of awareness regarding environment and all of that stuff. So I really feel
Yeah.
inspiration, motivation, and inspirational to talk with people and to know about their journey. And basically, the whole concept of this sustainability dialogue with Swan is about raising awareness about SDG and covering its various aspects around here. So, yeah, and that's a small part. I would like to share more later on after we go through the conversation.
Okay.
So, Mariam, I was talking about that you have organized many summits, seminars, and events. So, how was your experience
Mm-hmm.
there, and what was your learning point in whole of that process?
Okay, it's a long process actually at first, and we do work with people. We do work with humans, so
Hello,
they have. Hey, can you hear?
Mariam, I'm not able to the screen is blurred. I think there might be a network issue.
Oh, okay. Let's try like that. Is it okay for now? Prakhar?
Hello.
Hello.
So, guys, there might be a network issue, and Mariam will join us in some time. Are you able to hear me, Mariam?
Yes,
You can turn off your video and you can switch it on again. Guys, so Mariam will be like joining us again, and she will be sharing about her journey, that how she how she have conducted various seminars in SDG, regarding SDG with UN bodies, and through various her initiatives. So that's all, and we will get to know a lot more about her journey through her experiences.
yeah. Can you hear me now? Then I can continue.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Mariam, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
I'm able to hear you, but I think there's other. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so I
If
was
you want, then I can continue.
talking about that. Would you like to share about learning the activity? Yeah, Mariam, you can switch off your camera and mic, and you can join
Okay.
again if you want.
Okay. But what about now? Can you hear, Prakhar? Okay, then I guess it is audible
Hello.
now. Hello. Okay, I can say that
Yeah, Mariam, please continue.
okay. While we were continuing with the summits and that long process of the rising and inspiring about the SDGs, I have always faced up that there is so many human communications, and some of them is concluded with the failures, and there have they have responsibilities on that position, and they do take this responsibility as their first step, but some of them do not. So it was always comes with the conflict, and we do see that this is a part of the job that to build their relationship, or to take that summit or event or anything that we are doing at that time, to get more concluded and in a easier way. So I did see that so many people was just thinking on their position is really serious. Yes, they do that much serious, but some of them takes that emotional. But we want that every individual, every leader, or every youth sustainable leaders, doesn't matter, that take those not emotional. Yes, we as a human have emotions, but um, some some of their uh, some of their first steps are only emotions, and I do see that this is not a good option for them to conclude that summit in a professional way. So if you want to be professional leader, emotional steps always comes for the second. Yeah, and I did see that there are so many startups just starting for the sustainable development
Yeah.
goals.
So and
I
what were they? like what were their to SDG? What were their initiatives regarding that?
I couldn't have your voice. Can you repeat?
Yeah, basically you were right that today in the hello, are you able to hear me now? Hello,
Yes, I can hear you, Prakhar.
hello.
Hey.
Yeah, you are able to hear me now. Is
Yes,
it
yes,
clear?
I can hear you. Clear.
Great. I was talking about that. What were the startups revolving around, and what were the contributions that they were aspiring?
Yeah, I did see that there's consultant. There are some consulting startups on their SDGs. I mean, on the topic of SDGs only. And the company, as the suggestions of their for their company or their startups, to rebuild their sustainable development areas and maybe their products. And I did see that both governments and companies, just some of them do take their responsibility in a wrong way. Like actually, I have seen a company which takes that SDG is the first step, or there may be adding session was the first step on the SDG, but they say that their products only sustained and recycled in a way of SDGs as we expected. I mean, for their products. I mean, then I just realized that they are not only me, actually, many of the SDG groups or volunteers just realized and published many news on that company has killed animals or hurt animals to publish their products, and they were skincare products. So we do take that really serious. Yes, our skin is really important. Yes, I do take that as a I mean, it must be improved in a way of sustainability, but this is not the sustainability that we need to understand.
Hmm.
So products just
Yeah, absolutely. Because I have seen also that mainly it's about the skincare industry
yeah,
or the cosmetic industry like lipsticks and makeup things. Uses thinkers enhancing their products look shiny and visual effect. Kills millions and that you are also correct is or who say that they want to help the SDG, but side by side on website they will show that they're doing the recycling stuff, they're doing but on the other hand they are promoting, what do you say, they are doing
yeah,
practices and to source their, what do you say, raw material for the products, like killing animals and all that stuff. So
yeah,
I've also seen in US and Western markets the cosmetics and the cosmetic industry. There has been words like this: no animals were harmed during the manufacturing, no animals before giving out the product. So I think there's a sort of, what do you say, it is still a certain degree in the whole industry, what I believe. So you told us about education. Now, would you like to that what you among what years, Mariam?
Hey,
I'm
it's
not able to
Prakhar.
hear you. Are you able to hear me?
Uh, Actually, it's sizzling. I'm not sure. No, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you. So now you are able to hear me, or should I
Yeah,
make
yeah,
some
I can hear you now.
changes
Now,
from my side? Great,
okay.
great, great, great. So I was telling about that how the industry is changing now and how the industry is. We are seeing a certain degree of awareness in the industry
Yeah.
uh, regarding that no animals were harmed during manufacturing of the products and all that stuff. And I was asking about what were your observations from those young leaders or individuals
Okay.
that have attended the seminars, summits, and all that. And yes.
Okay. Actually, SDGs are in a commune or that in a collaborated way to get to achieved. I mean, so we cannot take that as the one SDG is the most important and the others are left, others are not. So we did take, for example, climate change or climate action. How do you call it? I don't know, but climate action is the first. I mean, the prior importance of the SDGs. Then the others has same priority of the SDGs because we do take that all over to get them improved and get to be achieved actually. So I do see that some of them do not take that as the same levels. They do think that one SDG is the most important, then the others are just left to be left to stay there in a theoretical way. Okay, so some countries actually take their importance on the SDGs in the most theoretical way, and some of them do not. And it goes for the same for both the companies and I guess maybe some of them can be right, but governmental issues takes the most
Yeah,
importance on the.
basically, yeah, you're right because uh, like every country has their own laws and policies within which they have. So what they do is like they also define SDG in accordance with their goals or ambitions. So, for example, SDG for India will be different from SDG for Turkey. It means different. The goals are same, but priorities will be different.
Yeah.
And it also helps us to give us a mature perspective that whether it's company organizations and they work according to their agendas. So yeah, one observation can be that.
Yeah, actually, I was just wondering if India takes that SDGs in which way. I mean, because I do see that there is gender problem, maybe climate action problem. I do not know that, and maybe some financial issues, but not quite sure for that India. So I want to hear it from you, actually.
Yeah, sure, sure. So, if it's about India, SDG, we define it in a what do you say? We are still a developing country, so we are getting our hand on some resources. And recently, it has been like past decade is very good to us. So, what we are trying to do is we are trying to target every sector possible in SDG, whether it's about gender equality, whether it's about education, whether it's about policy making, whether it's about forest coverage issues, whether it's about what to say, employing some sustainable ways of energy like solar power and all that. So in the next 5 to 10 years, you will be hearing a lot about India in many global forums and initiatives. So For example, International Solar Alliance is a initiative taken by India and France, and in that around 100 plus countries have already joined. So it's about solar awareness and giving them funds for employing solar energy for their electricity generation. Apart from that, we have partnered with Britain, that is UK, for One Sun One Grid program, and for that we will be employing all of the solar panels all over the world, and making the, what do you say, electricity cluster. So for example, if there is night in Africa, it can be powered up by the electricity solar plant generate from Europe. So it can be like that. So it's a major initiative. Apart from that, we have some targets like 24 gigawatt of energy by 2025 or 2024. That's a target. Apart from that, from sustainable ways like uh, hydropower, solar energy, wind energy, etc. Gender equality, we in this only this year we have surpassed, what do you say, there were now more female girls born than male. So, and in every sector, actually, we are getting some resources, and we are trying our best to employ them and take initiatives, to take global initiatives, like for example, Mariam, you can see that there was a war in like Russia and Ukraine. So India was among the a few countries who were distributing wheat to some of the developing countries for free under his program, like Afghanistan and many of the African and developing countries. Even to we were selling wheat to the developed countries like USA and uh, Germany and Egypt, Turkey. We were selling a wheat for that. So if it's related to food security, environment sustainability, gender equality, education, we are doing it. We are trying our best. Although I don't feel it is apt for us, but in the next 5 to 10 years, as I said, by around even like you can say 20 years, we will be at a much better space, and uh, and the world will, what do you say, acknowledge it.
Excellent.
I
This
hope
is
so.
really great news, really. And I do appreciate that India just started for their programs or plans on SDGs. And actually, solar power, I mean, wind power, wave power, they are clear energies and they do need to be supported. We need to create from the solar energies, and this is really great news from India. And I am not sure for Turkey, but I can also say that as I see from the COP or COI 16, or these are the, by the way, these are the summits that UN provides on climate actions
Mhm.
to take the governments more responsibilities and make their regulations or legislations on it. And then
So
and
how do you
I
see like SDG in Turkey? Like we can go through that. We have just talked
Yes,
about India.
this is
We can talk about Turkey as well, right?
yes. Um, Turkey, I did have actually Turkey's regulations are quite normal, and actually some of them are serious, maybe on the financial or marital ways. And the monetary stitches is getting different in these ways. So I cannot say that something on it, but I can also say that some solar or wind powers are really clear powers for both Turkey and India. So I just wanted to ask that if the project that India provides included Turkey, and I'm not sure for that because
Yeah, so International Solar Alliance is open for every country. So basically, there's also a catch here, because there's some sort of a criteria like to be in ISA, International Solar Alliance, that you must have some sort of some months of solar energy, like sun. There should be sun for some months in a year. There should be summer for like 3 to 4 months at least. or some days exactly to be a part of that. So I think Europe is a bit of a colder place. So I'm not sure about Turkey. Like currently, it is not a part of a alliance. So I think there
Mhm.
might be any restrictions for that. But uh, I I think that in future Turkey will join the organization about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I did think the same actually, and Turkey did not conclude their projects yet on sustainable development, and
Mhm.
I guess it will be upcoming. But I do know that trade president, or I don't know how they call it, but they took their legislations on it just a couple of months ago, and this is a great news for from Turkey, right? And I do see
Yeah,
that there are really some serious actions on global, on climate action or whatever, how you do call it. And this is really both goes for. By the way, where do you live in? I mean, which city you live
yeah.
in?
I live in Delhi. That's the capital of India.
Mm-hmm. And Delhi is so crowded, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so like
What about the air condition?
actually every city in India is crowded. So we cannot say about that Delhi particularly, but yeah, it have like 3 crores of population, which is around 30 million. No,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's right or not. I think 10 to 15 million, that would be the safe spot, but I'm not exactly sure about the total population. But it is like in millions and all that, tens of millions. And so, Maria, I was also talking about that. According to you, according to your perspective, what were the things that you feel personally that should be targeted in SDG? Like these are the 3 or 4 areas that should be given more importance or priority from the nations and from the individuals.
Mm-hmm. Actually, well, I will start with the individuals. Individuals take that as
Mhm.
their responsibility because individuals affect each other and they do become a commune, and all governments aspects or communes of the SDGs actually. So being individual responsibility, I mean individuals take to responsibility is quite important actually for the SDGs. And now I do see that, for example, you do recycle one thing, or you do think that this is a wasting of some food or something that you can include in your life, comes to be in an educated way. So SDGs must be educated in their from whatever you can even think. It can be private or governmental sector, but it can those must be actually educated. And Swan is a good way for them to be educated for SDGs actually. And there are some SDG courses which are provided from UN, and it comes with SDG Academy, and these are really quite enlightening. And we can search and maybe learn from their countries or their language from the SDGs, and how can they impress their SDGs on their both individual life and their global life. I mean, I don't know how can I even even answer the question in the directed way, because there are so many inspiring ways of the SDGs that affected many areas. I mean, and then
Yeah,
I did so. SDG is a global thing, and SDG has many areas. So how cannot it be affect any of them? I mean, not only and quite spectacular. I mean, specifically. So this is really important way. For,
yeah, great. So, like as Mariam told us that that if we want to yeah, she just told about that various ways in which we can explore more about SDG, that is sustainable development goals, and we can participate ourselves. Like we can there is a UN website, we can always search for opportunities in that. We can visit seminars. 3, we can go for internships. And the 4, we can partner with various NGOs like Swan, of course, and various other NGOs whether small or big, that are trying to build up awareness regarding SDG and various aspects of that. So in SDG, as we know, there are like 17 goals, and each goal have its own differentiating factor. So, Meryem, I just wanted to talk to you, if you're comfortable with that. That what do you feel about the gender equality thing, and how and why it is important, and how it can be more, what do you say, addressed?
Okay. Actually, we do take that as human fair, because every individual is born equally, and they must be raised equally, and they do grow up equally, actually. But some countries or some communities, some societies do not take that as equal. Some of them take that man or women, male or female versions are maybe more important, but I do not think that this is only just two division of the gender, actually. So there are so many types of gender or their decisions on the society, and we cannot divide into them their priority of importance. This is not fair on the people, and actually we do think that some individuals take some individuals have more skills on the job or the applications or the opportunities or whatever you call it, and this is not be it shouldn't be the consequences of the inequalities. So equality must be measured uh, on a great area, actually quite great area. And then some actually in Turkey, this is just started to raise the awareness of the gender equality in last two years. But there are so many ways that we need to keep it up, actually.
So, have you faced any challenges regarding that in like in your life, or anything you would like to share about?
Okay, well, I do. As I told that before, I mean, at the first time of the session, I am an intern. Uh, I do have my student intern in a company, which is
Mhm.
an engineering company, actually. And they do think that if you're an intern and you do work in an engineering company, you must be male, but I am
Oh.
not actually. I am female, and I do my job as law department in the law department. And I do see that this is not only about the gender. Actually, this is always about your profession or your skills and how do you react with their skills in your life. So they do think that this is always about the gender, but this is not. Actually, I am a female person, and I can be a religious or irreligious person, and this is not about my profession or only any kind of division in the life. Actually, this is not only but this is not bounded by only one aspect of their life, because we cannot
Hmm.
know that their past and how do they affected from their past and or their backgroundal issues or maybe childhood issues. I don't know. And there must be there's no only a gender or the divisions of gender. Actually, there are so many aspects, and all genders are equal. So this is a real issue. I mean,
Yeah, basically, like it's also about the personal choices that we make, and it shouldn't have an ultimate effect on the work that we are doing, because the work should be basically pointed about our. It is about our ability to deliver or ability to
yeah.
learn. It should be about that. It's not. It should not be about gender, a specific gender, race, caste, or sex, or any other discrimination that we tend to make.
Yes.
Uh, and I can feel you about that. And also, can you suggest us some of the ways in which we can practically employ SDG in our daily lives?
Mm-hmm. How can we practice SDG in our real life? Yeah.
Right, right, right.
Um, Well, I will I will give I will exemplify it actually. Today, my room in my company
Hmm.
lights were turned off, and I asked
Okay.
why, and they were always just opening up, just to be feel that to to not set air at their home, not at their home. They just opening their lights on just because of that. And I say that this is wasting of energy actually, because there is so much sunrise in that hours in the room, and lights need to be turned off. And while I was just walking into the room, I just realized that they just turned their all windows open, just to show their sunshine more clear. And this is why there were so many lights in the room, even though even though lights were turned off. And this is only a way that how can you affect more than maybe an individual, uh, in just saying that this is a wasting of energy. Yeah, this is all
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
And
that's great.
there's
So,
one more
yeah,
issue
please go
actually.
ahead.
Well, I am using a bottle to take my water, pour into it, and I just drink my water from my bottle. And my colleagues is uses unrecycled paper, not paper, plastic, actually, plastic bottles. Mine is a glass bottle, and they do waste maybe more than two or three plastic bottles in a day, and they do send that in a recycling company. Okay, this is a
Oh,
relationship of
that's
their plastic movements. I mean, and I did see that, and I was just needed actually water, not just covered with the paper plastics. And
mm,
they they just suggested me that there is a lot of paper plastics that you can use to drink water. And I just say that, but yes, I can understand that you do recycle it, but even though we are recycling it, we do have carbon mitigation. So we are just pouring more carbon dioxide in the air. So I just then um, they just brought me and sterilized water in a big bottle. I mean, approximately 20 or 25 liters bottle to make me use that every time I need water more. And this is a way of sustainable to maybe to take their responsibility in individual.
yeah, that's great. I'm sensing out a similar approach as told by Roy. So there are like quite a differences from his session. So what happened is he told that the one thing I liked about him is he talked about that Prakhar, let's start with our home first. Let's start with our surroundings first. Like what we can do is we can employ at least 2 to 3 measures around us, and just pointed out, like as you told that we can see about the plastic bottles that we are using, the light that are being overused, energy resources that are being overutilized, etc. We can just observe them and then try to change them one by one, little by little, small by small. So that was a really, I think, practical way. And as you have suggested uh, that you have taken up the initiative and it is really working out regarding that. And I really feel that this should be the way that we should be observing all around and working one by one on them. So yeah, Mariam, anything? So that was it about a session. Uh, Anything else you want to share with the viewers, or any feedback you would like to give?
Actually, I cannot say that only one thing, but yeah, make it sustainable. Yeah, anyway, you can make it sustainable. So.
Yeah, yeah, great guys. So let's make it sustainable. Let's do it together one by one. And thank you, Mariam, for being there, being here on a show. Thanks for bringing us a beautiful session. It was a very insightful and informative. I will also I will also request you to please come back again with more information so that we can share with the viewers. Thank you.
Oh, well, of course, of course.
Thank you, and have a great journey ahead. That was really a wonderful podcast. So, guys, let's meet you again with another young, wonderful change maker every Wednesday sharp at 7 p.m. Till then, stay safe, take care, and don't forget to share our channel with your friends and family. Meet you soon.
It was a pleasure for me to be here, and let's meet there is a bit soon, and I will be there too. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Have a good day, Prakhar.
Good day, Meryem. Bye.